All these clones, we the original.
Yeah, we don't want to do anything to scare your children. That's the last thing we want to do. We don't want to scare anybody.
The tourists come over to chill on the beach, but they don't come over the hill where we sleep. We got nightmares and they got fantasies. No sanity, it's just insanity. My mommy hoping nothing happens to me.
The song?
We live.
Live. Waving a cup though. Give me one. Hey.
All solo up.
What the fuck?
Now you know it's a sticker.
I weak, but I weak.
What's happening? Yeah, see, we turning it up. Back by popular demand. You get to know this?
Yeah, bro.
All right.
No, your head outside of the frame though.
Oh, let me sit down.
Yeah.
Yes, you know, back again. She a little nervous because the
You
going
came
is
out
in
with
the
a
place.
Guinness bottle, bro.
You say what?
You came out with a Guinness bottle, bro.
Supposed to be calm, honestly.
I don't know. Anyway, you know what it is? It's Lord Jalen Willard, St. Anton Alexander, the Negus of Nassau, and we on another episode of Erryting Kool, you see? And we got, well, they ain't really new. Well,
Yeah,
the
basically.
lady in the middle, the shaman, the Buddha. Should we worship you? Hold on.
Man, put the mask on though.
To worship.
To worship.
All right. So
Oh man, dog.
we have two new people that joining me on the couch. We back on the couch this time.
on the casting couch.
On the casting couch. We have, what do you go by, Mom? Lil Dot Ari, Miss Ariana. Lil Ari, yeah.
I'm John the third underscore.
John the
Follow-
third
follow me on
underscore.
Instagram. I handsome.
All right.
Hey.
All the links down below. This one ain't one show. See,
Put it like right there.
I know y'all wondering why I all in the camo. I might look like a thug, but it's important that they think I'm a thug. So, you know, we met a couple minutes ago. Not a couple minutes ago, like an hour or so. She said, I have to get my face beat. So, you know, I was like, since we all wearing masks, I got to put on mine. Oh, you know? And I might do the rest of the podcast like this.
No one told me that we was wearing mask.
Yeah. So,
Just face in. Huh? No.
but yeah, she slick with the hat. So, you know, we got to make it do what it do. So, Ari, John the Third on this show, and on every show, we do a special segment called the Bahamian word, phrase, or saying of the day. And we could give that courtesy to y'all too to choose which one y'all want to go with.
Y'all could deliberate on that.
Kazoo.
Kazoo. Oh, I like that.
Hold on, Kazoo, wait. Kazoo, wait. Oh, see what I'm saying? Kazoo, okay, we'll do it for all the international audience. Tell them, whatever camera, this on him? Yeah, so any one of the cameras you can tell what kazoo mean.
Alright, so
Cause
kazoo.
flicking.
Can y'all put like the written word like dictionary style like
I mean,
K-
we could start doing that.
like C
Yeah.
C-U-Z dot
Hey, my boy say Zed.
Zed.
Z.
Respect. Yeah.
Red bucks. Say niggas. So how kazoo is work though? Like it's almost like
So I say, babe.
abbreviation. That's the word. Like
Kazoo,
like
wait,
an
kazoo.
exclamation.
Hold on,
mark
what
at
you?
the end
Hold
of
on,
it.
I got a question. Who you riding?
Try to go out and get locked up here.
Kazoo. Kazoo. But that's great and all. I know it's been a while. Well, it ain't been a while for you guys, but it's been a while since we last gathered all together at
Like a
Wednesday,
month.
Tuesday, even though it's a Friday. But we got an interesting show for y'all today. We about to get into some tea, you see, because I'm Dr. Trap God.
We don't do tea.
Oh, Marco say you don't do tea.
You don't do Guinness either.
Appropriately.
Appropriate.
Huh? You need to speak in the mic if you go address me properly.
Go ahead with your chest.
Wait, hold on. Your mic off it. I can't even hear you.
Yeah, she have a switch off.
All right, now
Hold on.
say it with your chest.
Cause who?
Wait, one more time?
Cause you.
Cause I.
Cause you.
I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Marco
Yeah.
don't drink Guinness, y'all.
All right.
He don't drink Guinness, y'all.
Oh man.
That's a warning sign right there.
But yeah. But I decided to come in the fatigues because we about to go to war about some things.
Because he tired of y'all.
Like Marco said, we tired of y'all. We war ready. But let's go. Let's
But
touch on a hot topic for tonight. Let's break down Daystar for the first segment. So, background story. A few months ago, celebrity couple Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion were in a sprinter together where Meg subsequently got shot in the foot. She came out a week or two later saying that Tory did it. Tory was quiet for months until he dropped his album last week or 2 weeks ago. And now he is confessing his love, his toxic love.
Why is it toxic?
We're going to get into that. His love. He loves her, but even though
I don't like how
she was
you
supposed to
present
be
this
riding
topic.
for him, but she wasn't riding. And then she got a bullet in her foot. And all kind of other allegations came out. But, Actually, first of all, what y'all two think about that whole situation?
Well,
Well-
first of all,
Oh.
I thought Tori had a thing for Kylie Jenner. So this whole Megan Thee Stallion thing, how she ended up in the car.
And man can love more than two women though.
Fair enough, but he ain't got to shoot either of them.
He ain't shoot nobody.
You ain't know that.
You ain't know that either though.
Really? I mean, listen, if she say it, she say it.
Like I said before, even if he did shoot her, that's just like a flesh wound, but like she ain't feel
That's a
like,
flesh wound.
ain't feel
But you didn't see how big the hole was.
She ain't feel like
No, it's what
that.
I'm saying.
She ain't feel like you acting like she ain't never get shoot before.
I should shoot you.
Hold on.
Oh,
Time out.
how long you got shot before?
No.
I never get shot before.
She is saying that she would shoot him.
Yeah, she was straight.
Look at that. He did.
Yeah, but
just
see,
a flesh
hot metal presses through anything, my G. So, okay.
Except a hot girl, hot and hot.
Hot girl summer. They
So-
impervious to metal.
So, would you tell if you was let's say you was dating Ari, right? And y'all was round, and she was hypothetically, because I want to get, I know if whatever your situations with, don't come in the comment section
Listen.
about anything.
It's entanglement season, y'all.
It's a tank.
It's entanglement
She
season, y'all.
she seems like she ready. She says, she's like, I can't catch. No face, no case. See it,
Bro.
Huh?
No face, no case.
So, Ari saying it's entanglement season. But anyway, so y'all in a hypothetical relationship, right? And you walk out the car and this boy, John have a gun. He say, "Dance, girl, dance." Now, that ain't exactly what he say. No, but that's what they say in the Megan story. They say Tory shoot at her and he's like, "Dance, girl, dance," and he started squeezing, like
We ain't sure that out.
Yeah.
We ain't sure that out. You don't know.
So you think he love her? If that's the situation, you think he did that out of love? You don't think that's toxic? You
I'm
think?
sorry, you asking me if I think he shot her because he loves her?
No, I talking to him.
Don't ask me that.
No, because he say it's just a flesh wound, and it's like, bro, that wasn't no flesh wound.
Like
bro.
he couldn't have been like aiming at her. Like he could have just been like little box, like barak. He wasn't trying to shoot her. Just could have.
Okay, so he was literally, she walked up and he started saying, dance for me. Dance
I
for
know.
me.
If he did that, though, that's
What are we
kinda, like,
talking about
basic,
right
like,
now,
that's
bro?
live
Like-
No,
fucked up,
okay,
bro.
so they
Where
said
are we
Tory,
right
right?
now?
They said Tory, our allegation was when Meg walked out the car, how she got shot in the foot. He was so mad and drunk at her. He pointed the gun and was like, dance, and he started shooting at the ground. And people think that he didn't directly shoot her in the foot, but it ricocheted off the ground and went into her foot.
My G, if you shooting a gun, someone can
Yeah.
get hurt.
Yeah.
That's a true
So he was
statement.
lining up for that anyway.
That's a true statement.
So he's
Yeah.
still at fault.
Yeah. Because I was like, bro, okay, on the album, he was like, he ain't shoot her, but I was like, bro, only 4 of y'all was in the car. Like, something about the story don't sound right. Like, okay, Meg saying he did it. He's saying he didn't do it. But then, allegedly, Tory say there's no like, paperwork was filed, no lawsuit.
Where is the hypothetical scenario for these two?
Why are you trying
I mean,
to
it's
bring it
already...
I've been waiting for that for the last 2 minutes or so.
No,
bro.
he didn't answer the question. He said...
Right. So
Yeah.
make them answer the question.
back? Can I have the question one more?
No, but
Please.
I saying,
That's what
okay...
I've been waiting for.
I think that's toxic that if you made you mad at Ari, she walk at a car and you start shooting at her
I
feet
feel
saying,
like that's like a poster child of a toxic relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you busting shots at somebody, you obviously don't like the person.
Anybody.
Like,
Yeah.
like anybody. I don't know. I don't know. Now if it was like a pellet gun, maybe that would have been
Right,
really funny,
like
you
a
know?
paintball
Yeah.
gun,
You know,
something like that.
ain't
You see
kill
what these
somebody,
dudes
you know?
on.
Like, that's getting off. You
I
know?
feel threatened, y'all.
Right.
And bullets
So,
hurt, you know.
would you dance if he shot at the
I don't
floor?
need a gun to dance. My
Oh.
God, I'd dance anyway. And plus, if I was Megan, if I had that, I'd have been dancing all day.
Grip
Okay.
Musty.
Oh.
So
get the
you telling me the gun wasn't necessary?
The gun was not necessary.
Okay.
And if y'all don't want dance,
I'll wait
y'all
you
ain't
some-
gotta dance.
Oh my bad. Bro.
So
You
go ahead,
do know,
Richie.
like, when people aim at your foot and say dance,
Nah.
they ain't necessarily want you to dance.
Nah.
It's like it's like a strong arming
Talk from
scare.
experience it.
No, it is no. It's like a strong arming scare tactic, really.
Yeah.
So it's like you say dance, right?
Yeah.
But it's just funny because you shooting at the person. Of course, the person gonna have to. Well, I wouldn't say. Of course, the person could dodge. If the person got sense, they probably can dodge, right? Or if they know what's going on, they can dodge. But that's where it congregates from. But yeah, he shouldn't be shooting up. Right? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't
wouldn't
think-
even say pellet gun. I'd say a water gun.
Yeah.
water
Allegedly, it's
gun.
all alleged. Allegedly. But I just feel like you shouldn't be in that situation, bro. And then he spilled all the tea. We never knew they was in a relationship.
Okay.
So it was like, okay.
I think he was adding context. He wasn't spilling tea. Tea is like a messy kind of thing. We don't
But
do
that whole album was messy.
How?
Like, okay, we didn't know. Okay, first of all, he broke down the whole Kylie Jenner situation, and
He ain't break it down. He said he was in a pool with her and she looked good.
no, but he said no. If you could not just that verse, right? He connect other things like he used to mess with Megan's friend.
He didn't say that.
There he did. That's what I'm, like. I like go re-listen to the album. He did say that.
He didn't say
Oh,
that,
like
bro.
she was my bro. Yeah, like he said.
Which
like,
song?
yeah, and then he was like, "I see y'all walking out. I know it wasn't a problem." Da 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 da. He tried, insinuate.
Well, while they was together or
Yeah.
while they were
No,
still
before.
separate? Okay. See,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
he didn't do it after they chose to be more exclusive.
Yeah, so it's all, and then he started talking about how they used to hide, and she used to sneak and come by him in Miami. And
Could you imagine hiding Tory Lanez, bro?
or hide
right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
He's gonna
Like,
crouch down
you
behind
5'10", 5'11",
Yeah.
and you trying to hide this little man. Just stand behind me.
Yeah, or you hide and Meg Thee Stallion
You
like.
can't. It's impossible.
But what do y'all think? Could y'all be in a relationship where? Because a
An
lot of people doing
entanglement,
that
bro.
these where
Entanglement.
not shooting at you, but more so you trying to hide one another.
I mean, I wouldn't say hide, but it's like I want to keep my personal life private. It's not everybody's business. It's not a hidden thing. Like,
You
People-
who watching this? She trying to hide you, bro.
whoa,
Go ahead.
whoa, listen.
Trying
You
to
don't
put
need to
people
know
on
who
blast,
he
bro.
is. You just gotta respect him. That's it.
Ain't no problem with that, man. That's commendable. What about you, John?
I support what she's saying.
Right,
I can't
right,
lie and say
right.
like, anything different. Like people in a relationship, they deserve their privacy. If they want to share it with you, they can share it with you. At
That's
the end
cool.
of the day, what that got to do with outside people?
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
that's just fact.
Unnecessary.
Unnecessary.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like they was entitled. Everybody's entitled to having privacy in your relationship. You ain't want other parties involved, especially when you such high profile. But it's like all these different things and whatnot. What I looking at?
I let you look at the time, bro.
Oriental
Oh.
for real.
Yeah. I thought it was easier that way, but you made it kind of obvious.
No, I was like, wait, you just had to. But yeah,
I thought you could read the time and just get
no,
off
just
that. My
do the
bad.
hand signals,
My bad.
We do criminal things, even though we ain't criminal at all.
Don't complicate me, bro. Don't do that.
But,
bro. I'm a
yeah,
law-abiding citizen.
But
unless I
but
do
it's
drugs.
like, okay, yeah, like y'all relationship was mellow and nobody was in y'all vibe or whatever until this latest event.
Let's get to the nitty-gritty, bro. We done been beating around the bush for like
All right.
15 minutes now. Let's talk about what we need to talk about.
All right, let's go.
Side versus side. Now, initially, right?
Uh-huh.
The story was, or the rumors were, oh, you getting serious now? You take off the whole hat.
Seriously. I was looking for Chinese. I ain't like that.
Okay.
Chinese in here.
So, initially, the rumors were that he fired the gun at this alleged lady, right? Now, the entire public chose to like chastise him and cancel him based on a rumor without any knowledge from him, his side of the story, none of that.
Mm-hmm.
The police didn't even put a report yet, and he's already like a pariah. So that's my entire problem with the situation.
That
You
people
should-
judge. I could get that. I agree. I
like,
agree.
be informed. If you inform and you make an informed decision, I don't have a problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody know any information yet. They still acting as if he's already guilty.
I mean, with that, I think people more caught up on the part that she had a bullet wound and like.
And
No, because it's like we trying to protect black women, bro.
okay,
And it's like
but what if it ain't him? So you pointing the finger at him and it's not him. Are you still protecting her, or are you doing the opposite?
No, but I'm saying I chose not to cast blame and tell more.
That's a lie.
No. Let me finish.
The very first video we did, you immediately put
No,
the
but
blame
no,
on
this
him.
is what I did, right?
While it was still a rumor.
No, but
We
this is
didn't-
what I did,
She didn't
right?
speak yet or nothing
No,
like
but
that.
this is what
You
I
said
did.
he did it.
I said
we had to remind you that the situation
no,
was
but
still
that's what I
alleged.
said, right? He should have never been in that situation and put her in that situation. Bro.
But that don't have nothing to do with him specifically.
No, but you still. But it's like okay, we together, right? If you have a girlfriend, or
Right.
let's say we could use Ari, the beautiful, use Ari. If I'm with Ari, and all us in the car, right? And Ari gets shot in the foot, and I go quiet and don't say nothing, and Ari in the hospital, and
That don't mean you
that
shot
gonna fall
her.
on me, bro.
That don't mean you shot her. That mean while you were there, she got shot. But you shouldn't be blamed for that.
No, but she might.
We could have a different conversation to say you should have been more responsible in the situation.
No, but this
in its
what's gonna happen.
totality.
She
But you
gonna-
didn't pick up a gun and shoot her in the
No,
foot.
but this
and that's what they blamed him of.
Yeah, but this gonna happen even if he ain't shoot him because you and you as boys, and I ain't say nothing to dress you. She gonna blame me, and the rest of the world gonna blame me.
Right. Is that right, though?
But why? But like you implying that he had to make an official statement for the world,
Right.
You know? Like if we as boys, I could have checked on you and be like, everything cool,
Bro,
And like, that was
did you
between
shoot her?
you
I can
and me.
ask you straight up. Did you shoot the girl? And based on your reaction to me, I could figure it out myself. Like you could tell me the truth or you could tell me a lie.
Okay.
But I got to be able to figure that out for
PG
myself.
say he wanted. Go ahead, PG.
I ain't gonna lie. This is the deepest game of Among Us right there. Real talk. Because somebody is the imposter, somebody shooter, and nobody know what's going
Well,
on.
only with
Nobody.
bro.
Self-sabotage, self-report.
No. See, the
No.
issue here is taking credit away from Tory for shooting her means discrediting Megan. She came out straight and said, "Listen, this guy shot me." Now, you may not believe Tory or whatever, but you now have somebody, male, female, black, white, whatever. You have someone that is saying, this person shot me. If I came and said, listen, yo, someone shot me, y'all can say, oh, I don't think he did that.
Right.
Sure.
I don't know.
Like,
I
come
totally
on,
agree with her
guys.
because she's shot. Like,
And
nobody,
the doctor came out and said, yes, it's true, there was a bullet in this woman's foot.
nobody cares. Like,
We
oh,
know that
no,
she was shot.
I just get
He
stopped.
says like, sad person shot me. My automatic like thinking is like, all right, I believe you, sad person, what you have to say about this?
It's 5 of us here. If one of us shoot somebody in here, one of us have to do it. One of us
Exactly.
have to do it. Have to. I mean, some ghosts probably in here, but one of us have to do it.
But realistically, if it wasn't Tory, then who's the other suspect?
The
other
security?
two people, the
Oh,
security,
her
and the
best friend?
Whoever have a gun at the
That
time.
is,
Yeah.
that is legitimately it.
No, I don't
No,
want to. Listen,
no.
I follow Tory. Well, I used to. I follow Tory on Instagram. The whole 9 yards. I like
You lied.
Tory. No, I really
You
did.
unfollowed.
Quarantine. I unfollowed him after Megan said he shot her.
You on
Because
Megan's side.
I'm not on Megan's side, but if somebody says, bro, you shot me, I'm going to believe that. Because
Okay.
what reason does she have to lie?
Right. And let's put that to the side. Like you have to entertain people when they give you their side of the story. But that goes both ways. So if she said he shot her and he said he didn't, then what do we do now?
The world may never know. Until
Open the
documents and
Right.
court and all this
So
other stuff.
let's wait. Let's just take a month or 2 or 3
But
or
fam,
4
I ain't
or
like-
5 or 6.
We could
and
talk
wait.
about this on the
But the
other
world
side.
don't work that way though.
Hold on, but on the other side of this commercial, we're going to talk about that more because if Tory is proven innocent, he can still be guilty.
All of y'all need to apologize. You specifically
Megan.
need to apologize.
Fam, I
Y'all
with
need
the
to
woman them.
apologize to
We coming
Megan.
back after this commercial break. Yeah, you see. Hold on. Cause who, man? Cause who?
Hi, this is your favorite zaddy, Lord Jalen Willard from Erryting Kool, and this episode is sponsored by nobody. If you would like to sponsor an episode of Erryting Kool, feel free to email us at theoriginalpeoplenetwork@gmail.com, or you can slide in our DMs on Instagram at The Original People Network or on Facebook, The Original People Network. Now back to your scheduled programming.
Stuff going on. We like to thank Ari and John for coming through. If you want to be a part of the Erryting Kool live audience and just chill with every one of us, actually, I just remember something. We ain't even introduced y'all two. So we still got PG-13
They already know
in
who I
there.
am, bro.
And
They
we
hear
have,
me, they know
we
who I
already
am.
know. We have Kool,
All right.
not Kool Aid.
I don't want
We
you
already
to
have
say
Kong Salad, aka the Shaman, aka Kareem Sky.
I don't have any of those names, bro. I don't know who any of those people are
Super Marco Bros in the building.
with reference to me.
And then we got PG rated 13.
You want to say something for the crowd, bro? You good? All right.
Anyway, so let's pick up back where we left off from.
Okay,
Marco.
so a few podcasts ago, you introduced a topic with Tahiri and some guy on a couples retreat type video.
All right.
And how you introduced it was he attacked her unprovoked, but upon closer analysis, she was antagonizing him the entire show. She was throwing apples at him. She was jeering at him, and everybody have a boiling point to which you tip me over that. There's no telling what's gonna happen. And even though he shouldn't have attacked her physically, he didn't attack her in the way that would. Let's just say it was a mild attack. He didn't do her actual bodily harm, but it was in the way to, like, just stop.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and in that way, he didn't touch her physically, touch her clothing. And like he wanted to stop what she was doing. But everybody who got that story, it's just he attacked her and he shouldn't attack her regardless. So I just bring that story up to say the full story is important. Context is important. People can't just go off of what's sensationalized or what's the popular media standpoint and just take that to status quo. There's more things to be understood from any situation.
All right, let me ask you a question, right? So, I can put this. So, is there any given scenario that a man should be confrontational with a woman?
What do you mean when you say confrontational?
I would say use any kind of force or be aggressive towards her, and I wouldn't even, because you could be forceful in a sexual way, but more forceful in an aggressive way.
When he's defending himself.
Okay, so what do we call defending ourselves? Like when it's life or death, or what exactly?
It could be twofold. Is when I feel like you antagonizing me, or when I feel like my physical well-being is in danger.
Okay. What do y'all two think about that?
I think that raises the question of what are you defending yourself from? Because if you're in a situation where you're defending yourself from something, well, physical or emotional, whatever, regardless, I think, how do I put this without sounding like, the typical gal? It's okay.
Just say it, go ahead.
I think it's okay for a man to be confrontational with a woman. I don't think it's okay for a man to hit a woman, obviously, but then the same goes for women. It's not okay for a woman to put her hands on a man.
Keep your hands off people's children.
And at the end of the day, woman or man hit anybody, I think the other person should leave because you shouldn't be putting up with any kind of physical anything, But if the
Violence is not the answer.
If the confrontation is emotional, you shouldn't be thinking of it in a way where you're defending yourself, At the end of the day, if you're a couple, you're trying to work things out. It shouldn't be a defense mechanism. It should be you and the person sitting down and trying to work things out. If you're automatically put on defense mode, then there's an issue that you guys need to work out or leave.
Mm-hmm. John?
That was well, but I mean, I fully agree with it. Like, at the end of the day, like you should not be, and especially in a relationship with somebody, y'all should not be scrapping it out in your house in any type of way. You shouldn't be arguing and like coming at each other, cutthroat. That's even worse. You know what I mean? Like, we as people should not be fighting each other, regardless, man, woman, or female, right? And then the fact that you're in a relationship with somebody and you putting hands on each other, like, y'all got issues. Y'all need to go sit down and go to therapy and talk it out. Well, the show ain't doing a good job. like they kind of, the show sound like they taking advantage of people with broken relationships. And
yeah, I mean, that's the premise of the show.
Yeah.
Go ahead, BG.
Yeah, and he said this drink.
BG.
Yeah. No, but I would, now, let's talk about the interpretation of the leaked text about what Tory Lanez had sent Megan right after the shooting, like a couple hours after the shooting, because he said, "Oh, I'm sorry that happened to you. I was drunk, and it should have never happened." Like, some people interpreting that too as him doing it, it's in him basically giving himself away. So it's like, let's talk about the interpretation of that.
No, but what you think of the confrontation part? Because most people sort of stylize, I would shoot Meg. But some people saying, I would shoot Meg if she's bigger than me.
Listen,
and all that other stuff.
No, there's no need for physical confrontation. No need for physical confrontation
I've
at all.
heard men say that.
You know what I'm saying? Some people rile up or whatever. They get in your face, they point fingers, and they kind of poke at you and all that stuff. But you never have to get physical, honestly. Like, I ain't a monk, I ain't a pacifist to say, oh, somebody come and punch me in my face, anger, turn up on them. But at the same time, like, violence really, and shooting definitely, like, that's 0 to 100
Everybody
real
want
quick.
to do everything other than leave.
That's
Everybody want to do everything other than leave.
That's 0 to 100
leave.
way too quick.
Yeah.
And I mean, thinking about, like, when, all right, all the pages that I see talk about it, right? I honestly, like, I tired of, like, looking at it and trying to figure out what exactly happened, but I've been trying to piece it together as strong as possible. And the only logical thing that makes sense to me was she probably was popping off. They was in the car, yada, yada, yada,
Yeah.
yada, right? But at first, remember the story was like she got shot in the car. And then the story changed to, shot walking away, her back was turned, she don't know. And then it was like she was back in the car. To me, the most fluid story that makes sense is she ran off at the mouth in the SUV or whatever, yada, 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 this, whatever. And she left. She was like, I ain't got to deal with this, whatever. They stopped. And Tory basically, dance, pop, 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 pop. And then, like, she was so boosted up on adrenaline, she didn't even feel she got shot, honestly. And she might have turned back around and approached the car and say, nigga, what's going on, She might have done that, which is why they might have said she was back at the car. That's the only thing that making sense to me, because I've been trying to piece it together to make sense. And from all other stories that we heard, I'm like, nothing else makes sense, So the main thing is we have to try to make the most sense of it to make it seem that ultimately they should have just waited for court. That's my opinion.
I mean, I think the first bit of confusion came in when she said that she cut her foot on glass.
No,
Right.
the cop said that.
No, she told them
she
that.
said that.
Yeah.
She
Right.
said she cut her foot on glass. So she didn't. No, but that's not fair. Hold on a second. Let's be honest. This is Black America we're talking about. Okay, this is a black woman and a black man. Now, we know what happened with George Floyd and all the rest of them, We know that black men are under fire in America right now. And in Megan's defense, she was trying to protect Tory. Even though she got shot in the foot, there was a chance that a police could roll up on them and kill him and shoot him dead. And she, she's lied and she said, all right, I got cut on glass or whatever. And that's where the initial confusion came in. Now I think Tory's a bitch for lying about it after it, because Megan lied to save his life, lied to protect him from police brutality. What is this?
I was agreeing. You don't call out Tory Lanez. You don't call him a bitch.
You want this?
What is this?
It was hot, but steamy.
Right. I
I'm
mean,
scared. Listen.
Tory Lanez, she's a bitch.
No, hold on.
At me, Lil Larry.
Wait, pause.
Right,
Can we
but
please have this conversation? Because I want to know why it is that you think it's dumb for a black woman to protect a black man in black America.
I know, I totally get a point, and I agree with her, not 100%. I understand it. I honestly do understand it, and I agree, and I get the circumstances, all of that, precaution too. But I mean, to say she could have, even come up with a better excuse, honestly, I don't want to make it sound trivial, right? But to me, it's like, at the end of the day, you get shoot.
My guy, that's the point. She just got shot in the foot, and her first instinct was, let me protect my lover, who is a black man, who's probably going to get in a lot
and
more
technically,
trouble than
I know we did this type of vibe, right? But yeah, Tory is a because she come out and protect him and man up to it, bro. Like, you ain't kill her. You just got to take that. You got to let your career dead. And that's it.
But my point in saying that.
Yeah.
My point in saying that is that's where the confusion came in. Because honestly, if she had just from the bat gotten shot, the police roll up, they're like, okay, what happened? She said, Tory shot me. It would have been a different narrative, and we would have been looking at something completely 100% different.
Definitely. She should have.
But she didn't do that. You think she should have done that?
I think she should have. Honestly,
I don't think, as a black woman, I would not have.
I don't think they would have freaked out. I don't think they would have freaked out.
Listen.
She was already.
If you shoot me
she was already injured when they.
What'd you say?
Are we ride or dying? That's what I say.
But listen, if you shoot me,
target practice.
She's 2020 Bonnie and Clyde, boy.
Let the police shoot you.
Listen,
that ain't gonna happen. Ain't no police can shoot my man.
It was obvious she was already injured by the time they came on the scene. So, it's like, come on now. To say you got cut by glass, that just didn't make sense.
They sort of believe it because how the wound looked too.
I get it. I honestly get it that she wanted to protect him. All she had to do was plead the fifth. But
you can't say no. But for real,
I don't know what's going on.
She's bleeding.
Anytime,
I don't know.
She did that instead. She did that instead of saying, I got cut by glass. You would know when you get cut by glass if you got.
No, but see, the police believed it because they looked at the wound.
They had to let her get to the hospital anyway, regardless.
No, but they believed
and
it.
she said she lied in the hospital also.
Yeah, but they believed it.
Because she
and
thought
then
that
they
was the police
like,
in the hospital.
and
And
Tory
it's
even
like,
said it on the
don't
album.
take the lie too far.
was like,
She knows she got away when she was in the hospital. I mean, I get she was skeptical still, whatever, and they was in jail, whatever. But at the same time, it's like, let your guard. Me and Marco honestly was talking about this. That you can't really be that scared about the world, like things going on. You got to say, bro. Yeah, bro. I think at least say, I think somebody shot me to make.
No,
it
but
make
see,
sense.
but that's the thing. Even Tory said on the album, right? He said, "How you get shot in the foot and no
you was
bones
walking
or
away.
ligaments get torn."
Right. No ligaments.
Or
get
whatever.
torn.
So everybody's
But it's
cry.
the
But
it's
then
the ricochet.
they
It's
did
the
an
ricochet.
inspection of they find. I forget what the term is called, but they find residue of a gun being fired on Tory
From
and
Tory's
all that
gun
stuff
bullet.
like that. So all them different things. So it's like, bro, like we can argue, but it's like at the end of the day, we as melanated men, we as original
Yeah, he shouldn't
men,
shoot it up. Honestly,
we gotta protect our
black
women, bro.
Right. That's the main thing. He really should have done.
And
So-
the first step to protecting black women is believing black women when they say that something happened to them. And she came out straight and said, crying, holding it together on IG Live, she said, Tory Lanez shot me. The fact that there's still confusion around this, I'm questioning.
Right. Now let me just put this on
She's
record.
the one who was
Let me
there
put this on
and
record.
said,
I honestly
"This man
wholeheartedly
shot me."
believe that she got shot. I don't know if Tory Lanez did it, but I still honestly wholeheartedly believe that she did get shot, and I did not dispute that at all. So I put that on record.
All right. You sure you didn't want the ski mask?
I just want to give everyone a personal anecdote to, as a comparison with our story, right? Because it's very important to believe people that are in a compromising position, because it's also very traumatizing to not believe a person or to be the person that's unbelieved in a traumatizing position. But let me give you an anecdote. So I slept in the same bed as another female that I was connected with. We weren't together romantically or nothing like that. So we slept in the same bed together. And she told people I raped her.
On this true, this really happened? No, I'm just making sure because this. That's I was just like.
I couldn't keep a straight face after the look he shot this man.
No, I just trying to know. I just trying to make sure because, like, bro, like, I don't know if you see. We could get into that after you finish that, but there's been a lot of Me Too in the Bahamas recent. So yeah, go ahead.
Take it away.
So we didn't even have sex. We weren't even sexually active prior to that. And she told people that I raped her. Now, if I wasn't the person that I am, or I didn't have the reputation that I have, who knows what people would have believed. But because I was the person that I am, they didn't believe that. So I'm just relating myself to another man in a similar situation that I'm not excusing him if he did or did not do it. But his side didn't come out yet, and the investigation is still pending. So believing one side without having appropriate information from the other is very destructive. That's the only thing I'm saying.
Okay.
There's two sides to every situation.
I understand. I get
Right.
it.
So that's it. That's my only problem with it.
All right.
Don't just believe her. It's important to believe everybody. But at the same time, the defendant needs his time in court. That's it.
All right. So what basically what Marco's saying in short term is that we can't crucify him through the court of social media.
No.
But he have to be crucified.
Because most people don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
They hear other people's opinions and then base their opinions off of that, or just parrot what other people say. That's dangerous.
I mean, it is. But it's like a slippery slope kind of thing because it's like, all right, I get what you're saying. And it's like, yo, let's wait until he is properly brought to justice. But you know how social media is. Like if we don't think and care about it in the moment and try to come to a verdict right then and there,
right,
it's almost like we're gonna be on the wrong side.
Right,
of
but
the
that don't have
narrative.
nothing to do with you.
Yeah, but like in the
you're
court
not the judge
of social opinion is always who has the better story or who
Right.
tells the story first. And you know, I do believe that we should protect our women and we should understand their point of the story, and there should be a discussion on it. But we should always be open and understanding, and it shouldn't be like a crucifixion right away.
Right
But
away.
it should be like the instant is that we have all the information down and there's understanding and there's legal and like we should go for it. But like it's a strange thing because you want to protect people who've been victimized. Like,
Right.
it's like the right thing to do. Everybody wants to protect people who've been victimized. We want to like take away predators. We want to like, you know, make the world safer for everybody. But in the same way, we don't want to be the ones to destroy lives of innocent people as well. Because at the end of the day, like when you look at the justice system, that's the problem with the justice system itself, right? Like the justice system itself is broken because there's people who are guilty who get away, and then there's people who are innocent who goes to jail. And then, like we see that same thing happening on social media itself, you know, like there is not perfect. And it's like, how do you find this perfect balance of, you know, understanding who's guilty and who's not? And I feel like something that as human beings we need to discover and do better because it's so volatile. Because I feel like everybody has this concept of understanding that like we want what is best, good intentions, you know. And I can quote my Grammy on this. She used to always tell me like, you know, the road to hell is always paved with good intentions.
Right.
Everybody, I assume in life, has good intentions, but my good intentions is
It's not
to be
the same.
detriment to your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, I feel like we need to always try to find balance in everything that we do. And I think it's easy to say and hard to do. And that's just like the scope on it. It's
Agreed.
easy to say and hard to do.
I don't think that the crucifixion of Tory Lanez is out of people saying, oh, I 100% believe Megan. It's not really about belief. It's about supporting her in her time of need. And that translates to somehow social media turning around and crucifying Tory Lanez. But it's not about hatred for him or for his music or who he is or whatever. It's about supporting her. You know, it's about she needs us right now. She needs people to be there for her. She needs her fans to know, yes, we hear you, we see you, we validate your experience. You know what I mean?
So how do you support her without tearing down Tory Lanez?
See, that's exactly why we're sitting here right now. That's the question. It's like, how do we find a balance between saying, yes, we respect you, we respect your music, we respect your art, whatever, Tory, but also, you may have been a criminal.
Oh, she got speaking to the mic.
Oh,
speaking to the mic for me, please.
Sorry. That's why
Thank
you were sitting.
Yeah.
I was like,
So yeah, the question is, how do we validate Megan without crucifying Tory? And I think that's why everybody is sitting down around the world and just like, wow, what the do we do here? You know?
So it's like we maybe have to change the concept of society of being this like polarization, like, you know, you gotta pick sides.
Well,
No,
hold on.
let me say.
At the end of the day,
Go
at the
ahead,
end of
go
the day,
ahead.
there's right and wrong and something in the middle. And we're at that point right now where there is no black and white. There's just a gray area until we know for sure whether or not Tory did it.
But isn't
I'm
that
not trying
life,
to crucify
though?
you, boy.
It
That
is.
is life.
But isn't
It
that
is.
life?
That
like,
is life.
Like, what
But
is
I
the
mean, who the knows the meaning of life?
Oh,
We
jeez.
can't, you know?
Yeah, but like,
are we going to sit down
but
here
if you
and
go
like
into
try
that,
to
you know,
polarize
there's
life?
no good and evil, right? If you really understand life, there's no good and evil. You know, like
True,
but
Exactly. There's no absolute truth.
Exactly.
You know, we
No.
will never know what happened.
But
No
that-
court of law will even try Megan and Tory and know exactly what happened.
But
that night.
exactly. So this is like a bigger stem beyond like the situation. This is like human existence and understanding of life around us itself. It's like, what is it? No, honestly, what is like our perception of life? What is
Right,
good and
right.
evil? What is right and wrong? What is the definition of these things? You know, like how do we perceive that?
And at the end of the day, everybody's perception is their own. So it's up to them to decide, yes, I am going to crucify Tory in respect for Megan, or I'm not going to do so.
Yeah, I
No,
mean,
that's not up for me or him or you to decide. That's for them to decide for themselves.
and I definitely, yeah, just like Marco said just now, I definitely totally agree with that. And he had every right to stay silent because he didn't have to say nothing. Like, it's an open case. Like, he don't have to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Once
Well,
again,
I think
plead
that's
the
where I
fifth.
disagree. I think once you dedicate your life to being in that kind of industry, you kind of give up your privacy in that light.
Yeah,
in
definitely.
That respect.
I get you.
You are obligated to give a statement to the public and say, yes, this happened.
I
this
didn't do it,
happened.
right? At least to say I
don't
didn't
want to
do it.
know your I don't want to know everything that you do in your life. But bro, if you shoot Megan Thee Stallion, The Stallion?
But
I'm sorry, we need to know.
Once again, I'm saying like it was like way too petty for him not to say anything about it.
And then put out an
and then the
album.
first thing is an entire album.
Even though
bro.
he's a musician,
like, I'm going
and
to
that's what he
profit
does.
from it.
Like, I really
That's
ain't.
some-
You, I'm sorry, can we maximize and profit from it?
Right, I'm
but
profit
I
from
mean-
it. Like,
Because how
come
many people
on,
are listening
bro.
to this album because Megan Thee Stallion is getting name dropped on it?
That's
I'm not
terrible,
mad at
babe.
him putting out an album, right?
The
My
music,
whole
hold on.
thing-
The music.
Hold on.
Let me say
No,
this
no,
on
let
record.
me
The
say-
music
let me
really
say why.
dope.
Let
The
me say why,
music-
right?
That is musically dope.
No, but let me say
But-
why I'm not mad at him
But
putting out an
come
album.
on, bro.
Because he's an artist.
No, I'm
He's
mad at him putting it out.
entitled
I'm mad at him putting it
to
out.
expressing himself through to his own platform and through his own art. But the problem is that he didn't put out a statement first to say and
Right,
then put
right.
the
I
album
feel
out.
like we just assume that these artists
And-
have so much control over their own lives. You
That-
what
also
I
that.
mean?
Also that.
Like, I'm just
That's
saying,
fair.
like, we just assuming that, like, the artist
Mike,
is
Mike,
in control of
Mike.
we just assuming that the artist is control of their own lives all the time. Like, you always got to understand there's people behind the scenes who are, like, telling him and manipulating him and, like,
Yeah.
you know, controlling this, like, idea, like, yo, drop your album at the same time as Beyonce Taylor.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
now,
Like, you
now,
know, this
now
and
we
that.
go into human ethics.
You know what I'm saying?
Humanly, he's supposed to be like, that ain't even right, bro. I know I shoot at
Yeah,
this
but
guy.
it stems off of what he's saying. Like, honestly, he's just the talent.
Yeah.
Just the
Right.
talent.
He's just the talent.
He's
Like,
just a
there's so
puppet.
many
You
people
You don't
around
know how
him, you
deep his
know?
contract is.
Right.
You don't know
Right.
who's
Mike-
behind him, like, pushing this. Huh?
He is independent now. So
he is independent now. So
Oh, so this was him.
yeah.
Tory
Yeah.
Lanez is a
We said it.
Right.
Anyway,
So-
so we about to gut to another commercial break, but on the next side, we're gonna get into Me Too Bahamas. It's about to get sticky,
Ooh.
and then we're gonna
We know some people
other things.
personally.
Huh?
We know some people personally. I'm sure everybody in this room know at least one person.
I mean, we get into that. Stay tuned. Stay with us after the commercial break. Yeah, see.
Hi, this is your favorite zaddy, Lord Jalen Willard from Erryting Kool, and this episode is sponsored by Nobody. If you would like to sponsor an episode of Erryting Kool, feel free to email us at theoriginalpeoplenetwork@gmail.com, or you can slide in our DMs on Instagram at The Original People Network, or on Facebook, The Original People Network. Now back to your scheduled programming.
Audio rolling, sound rolling. All right, so we rolling on everything.
We live.
So we're back. You know, we really trying to get through, make the show nice and compact for y'all to digest. Like, just swallow it in and go gut in your stomach. But we're gonna switch gears a little bit from talking internationally to talking about locally. In recent months during COVID, over that little blew up with the bird on it. Huh? Yeah. No, during COVID, there's been a lot of outing of different individuals. Actually, this took place from last year. I know too much situations, but anyway, there's been a Me Too Bahamas movement somewhat going on, even though that's not the official title, where different individuals have been exposed of either sexual harassment, sexual assault, or actually rape over, on social media, and there's been, somewhat of upheaval about that. And,
You know what I think the problem is? Bahamians don't know what sexual assault is. We've been
Okay, go into it.
We've been so decent.
We got there fast. I
Right.
expected it to take longer, but we got there fast.
Introduction.
No, bro.
Yeah.
I can't wait for all of that.
Yeah.
We've been so desensitized with objectification of females, what we can or can't do with them, and how we feel as
I
men,
agree with that.
and how we feel as men, and what our power is. That we just
That nigga spitting.
we just hold our power over them to the point where we feel like we could do whatever we want, and it shouldn't be a problem. Even when you look at how we have fun with where it's parties, functions, etc., it's usually like over sexualized, over objectified.
Over aggressive.
Right. And that's just how we've been trained or how we've been indoctrinated. So when you put a person in a situation where they never had to control their urges, and you put a vulnerable female, that's a very volatile reaction. So I feel like it's just, and when you put porn into it too, pornography, that's also a very of a toxic mix, because I look at what I feel like sex is. I look at what I feel like the interaction is supposed to be, and I try to recreate that in my mind without me even knowing it.
Even though they don't know pornography is actually produced.
Right.
So
that's a whole setup. It's like a movie. So I don't know. That's not real. So I try to recreate that in real life with a person that is not aware that I'm recreating that, while I'm indoctrinated in me being over objectified towards women. It's just, it doesn't work well together. And I feel like that's what men are working with.
And I want to make a statement after what he said. To all my sisters out there, I've heard your stories, and that's why I use my platform to highlight these issues. You told me a lot of times about how different men have tried to rape you, or you've been molested or raped or something of the sort at some particular point in your life. And we be against that whole thing. You know.
I'll give you another anecdote, bro.
All right, go ahead.
I feel like I've had very unfortunate situations, not holistically, but in spots. So I was at this function, a soca function, and I was dancing with this girl.
Okay.
And we split after a while because that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw her afterwards. I went to approach her. And the situation I walked into, I was never prepared for. So she's with these two guys. And apparently she had been, somebody had tried to rape her before. And the guy was at the party. So the two guys was on alert for any guy. And I just happened to be the first guy to walk up to her. So they're thinking that I'm the guy who tried to rape her. One of the guys is not very level-headed. Maybe he's been drinking. And he's approaching me like, bro, you have to come from around here. I don't know what you're here for. So I'm confused. I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't done anything. But he's like, if you don't leave, I'm going to call the police. I was like, bro, what are you talking about? He calls the police. I speak to the girl that I was dancing with and the guy who's with her. And they're like, he's just on edge because of what I just explained to you. And he don't know that you're not the guy. So I'm like, okay, I understand that. But at the same time, you're putting me in an awkward position because I didn't do anything. The police getting called on me and everybody around me don't know that I'm innocent. They're just looking at the situation unfolding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just tough all around. Not to excuse the people who are actual predators and to diminish the actual victims, but there are a lot of casualties along the way in all of this.
All right. Ari, you're a very beautiful woman. I know you have had instances when men have violated you in ways that are very treacherous. Like, violating your personal space. You ain't asked for that. Especially we growing up in this. I don't know, like, I never really understand still why a lot of Bahamian men come to women so aggressively. And I don't ever see it work. Or whatever, like, whether it be the cat calling and all that stuff, or in jungle time, we get feel up to in the crowd. And that was going on for my mommy them time. So this ain't something really new. This is something that's been intrinsic in the culture.
You ever had a dog?
No.
Okay. Anybody ever had a dog and you don't train them? You just let them run wild?
I never did that, though.
They do what they do. Dogs do what they do. They go instinctively. So if they feel as though they want to do something, they're going to do it. But if you train a dog a certain way, they're never going to stray from that path. And we haven't been trained to respect women in the way that they're their own people. And we shouldn't pressure them to do what we want to do.
I feel like we've lost it because obviously some of us are trained. I'm not accepting the fact that like,
thank you,
some of us are out here just being dogs and like don't know how to treat women, because I know how to treat women. I've been trained by my mother, my aunts, my grandmother, my father, like I feel like I know how to treat women like fairly and kindly and properly and cordially. Now I feel like there's another section, larger section too, because I would say the majority of us does not. And I like to say like maybe it's because I came from a fair family dynamic where there was a structure where I was taught these things. And I felt like the way we treat women is kind of like a reflection of the failure in our family dynamic in the country. You know,
100%.
Like, there aren't proper role models teaching you how to treat women. You know what I mean? Like there aren't people there to be like,
a lot of broken family dynamics.
This is what you do. This is how you treat women. This is how you talk to them. You don't do this. You don't do that. You hold doors open for them. Like there's a gap there, and you could see it in the generations, you know. And then like also old Bahamian understanding and like teachings, or like that's kind of like failure too, because this is strange like generational gap where like we see like old Bahamians telling us, oh, we never did these type of things, but it's not true, you know. They never spoke about it, you know. They never talked about it. It was never spoken. They kept secrets. There was lies. Family dynamics have been like destroyed since the 1950s, you know. And I feel like in our generation, everything has come to a head, you know. It's come to a boiling point where it's obvious. Like, you can't hide it anymore.
Right.
It's like disgustingly in your face now. And it's like either you fix it or you continue to like
turn
degrade.
the other way.
Yeah,
Right.
you just degrade. And it's like, you know, we're at the point now, it's like, yo, you gotta call it out and you have to fix it.
Yeah, and that's the truth, because honestly, and I'm sad to say this, of course, because not even excluding myself, including myself, I don't think I know a woman of my generation that has not experienced sexual harassment, assault, rape, some form of just sexual harassment from males, you know, Bahamian males. And I think there is definitely a gap that needs to be broached. But the question is now, how do we mend this? How do we fix this? Because we can all acknowledge that it exists and that it's real. So now the question is, to take it a step further, what do we do to fix this problem?
Call it out when we see it.
Right.
But see, we need to go a step further
It's the
than
next
that.
generation.
Because the thing is, we already called it out.
Right.
Like you said, the Bluebird, we've been there. We've been to Twitter. Women have all like said, okay, this person did this. Like, we're a very vocal generation. Like, everything is out there. Everything is put right out there in the light. Now it's there. What do we do now? What consequences did any of these men even face?
None.
After that,
None.
did even
They just
one of
became
those-
pariahs.
Okay, so they were known. Yes. Okay, now we know that you have assaulted a woman. Thank you. We're aware. What was your consequence? What was the consequence? No, they're all just living their life a little bit less popular. But
Right.
for God's sake, I'm sorry, but I don't care about popularity. I want them to see some real fucking consequences. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
I agree.
Those
You know?
are men that haven't received consequences.
And then I don't know, because oftentimes, like I'm the confidant of a lot of women, right? And they tell me these stories, and the first reaction is, "Have you went to the police about this?" And there's always this hesitance, and it's like, well, I'm gonna leave it, like, you know, let God deal with it, or something, some sort of paraphrase or narrative of that sort. So it's like, you know, it's almost like you, even though you as a male, you trying to help the situation, and it's like, because she has a lot of emotional trauma because it was a traumatizing situation, you don't want to force them to do something that they don't want to do. So it's like you almost stuck, because it's like, if you're the victim, I want justice for you, but then you ain't want to bring your accuser to justice. You don't want to. You feel like,
I don't think that's the case though.
I mean,
You know
in
what
some
I mean?
in some cases,
I think we need to dial it back a bit before
Okay.
we even get to what the consequence can be. We need to think of what is the crime. And there's levels to the crime. There's a level between sexual harassment to sexual assault. We need to define properly what is consent. How are you able to give consent? What is the line here? How do we eliminate the gray area of what consent is?
I mean, I think we could even go past that. Why do we always so hyper crazed over sex? Why are we so hypersexualized?
I mean, this is the Bahamas.
Yeah, but I understand. But
This
it's like,
is the Bahamas.
we more than just sexual beings where we have to. Every time we feel hot and bothered, we have to act on those
But we
feelings.
just get electricity sent into the east in the 90s, dog. What else we had to do other than grind?
It's not even that. I mean, like dating apps, social media,
And
the
then, like,
climate, the weather. Everybody's in a swimsuit all damn day.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, right?
Like-
But okay, as it pertains to consent, it's always like, yo, the lady has to be of sober mind. And then even in those situations, you can still sort of instigate and force people into, like, because, you know, people been in them situations where, or like, she don't really want to do it, but she just doing it because you want it so bad or whatever. So you somewhat.
That's not consent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That is not consent.
So even then, so that's what I'm saying. You can't even say if ask if they're sober, because even at that particular situation, that's still not consent.
If a woman is in a position where she is unable to say yes or no, regardless of being drunk or whatever
Under
the case
influence.
may be, under any kind of
Or
influence.
duress,
Exactly.
Yeah.
If she is not able to give consent,
clear-minded.
the answer is no. It's no.
I agree with that.
If I cannot consent to you groping me or feeling me, the answer is no. You don't get to touch me that way. You don't
But-
get to talk to me that way.
Ironically enough, that's where the separation is with people understanding what sexual assault is, what sexual harassment is. They don't understand that. And that's where, the dichotomy lies. They don't know. I've spoken to people who feel like they didn't do anything wrong, and it's like, bro, you didn't find out from her if she wanted you to touch her first. That's why she was uncomfortable. That's why she asked you to leave. And they don't understand these things. It's very, I wouldn't even say small, it's very obvious things that you need to find out that a girl is even interested in you before you try anything. And then you go along the steps of finding out if she's okay and comfortable with these things. But they don't know.
Yeah, okay, so now we shift, yeah? So if we find out she comfortable, she okay, in the moment, everything all right, yada yada, blase blase. End of the day, she find out you's a conk. And she say, babe, I ain't even into my name getting no that conk touching me like that. And then she calls rape. What do we do then?
I feel what you're saying then, but then it's a minority. Because I spoke about that. Because I had a similar situation, but then it's a minority. The majority of the time, they were abused. Right? So it's very traumatizing to, one, be abused, and then two, to not be believed that you were abused. Because I was in a situation where I wasn't abused, but I was falsified. And I know how that felt. So I could only imagine the trauma that goes along with the action itself. And then me going to people I trust, and then they don't believe me. I can't imagine that part, because I can't imagine the first part. You know what I mean? So.
But it's like, it's just a change in behavior. It's a change on, it goes back to the hypersexualization culture. It's like there's lack of self-control. There's you have to evolve from a point. And I always go back to this point where when I went to Bahamas Carnival last year. And it was like, that's how I know I evolved as a man. Because, of course, you saw a lot of beautiful women out there, but I wasn't tripping off it. It was just like, all right, you and this. So, but, in my mind, it's like, bro, I don't know you ain't for me, so why getting hyped up for that? But then other dudes like, boy, come to get an eyeful, dog, but you see that, bro? It's like, bro, it's like, dog, she ain't talking to you. She ain't have what you freaking out for.
Right, but I think that's the problem with the Bahamian mind. It's like they can't conceive or understand, that when a woman dresses up nicely or does something,
that's not for you.
It ain't for you.
Right.
It's for them.
Yeah,
it's the liberalization of a female who's who grew up having to wear or being told they had to wear a skirt that touched their ankles and had to cover up their body and be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah.
Now that they've grown and the times are changing, they could feel comfortable in their own skin and they could do what they feel like doing. And all of a sudden, the Bahamian mind sees that they doing that for me. They looking sexy for me. They grab up on that.
Yeah.
That ain't the case.
To interject right there, fam. Let me look at this camera right there, bro. When you play cool, when you the smooth criminal, fam, you get the most women like that anyway, bro. If you respect her and she tell her friends that you're a respectable gentleman, you win. You see, this beautiful young lady, she don't feel no predator energy from me, even though I come up in here like a goon.
Like a terrorist.
With a Guinness.
Literal terrorist.
Inside my hand.
Let's speak on it.
Did you feel threatened?
Speak on it.
Listen, if I got predator energy from any of y'all think I would be sitting here?
Exactly.
She all
See?
up in ya.
To my point. So, when you be respectful
Yes.
and you be calm, bro, okay, she beautiful. All right, relax. Hold your head, soldier. Relax. Like,
See, I
you
think.
get that?
Wait. Can I just stick a pin in it? Because I think this is also the issue, though. I think the issue is also judgment of character. Because I could look at you guys and I say, yes, I trust you enough to come on your podcast. I'm sitting on your couch, and we vibe and we're drinking. The casting couch, whatever.
Stop calling it the casting couch.
It's
please.
the
Not
casting
during
couch.
this conversation. Wait, don't call it that, man.
I mean, it is what it is, bro.
Yeah, bad.
Sitting on the casting couch. But what happens when
It goes right back to it.
What happens when a woman judges character wrong? Because you could look at a guy and assume that he's nice. You could think he's a nice guy, but what if you aren't a nice guy?
I feel like women are more perceptive. Y'all feel energy just naturally, bro.
Put that to the side. Like, use the hypothetical situation.
All right, well,
Yeah, like what if I'm sitting here and it's like, I think you're a cool guy, but what if you're not? I'm already here. Now what?
Yeah.
So
now
then-
what if say hypothetically we're on our first date? What do I do now when I think you're a good guy? We've been talking online and whatever, but it turns out you're not a good guy.
It's a
Now
very-
what does a woman do?
I mean,
Various-
I think at that
very
point it's too
dangerous
late.
game.
You're in a tough spot.
Yeah.
That's a very dangerous
Yeah,
game.
that's
Right?
a very- that
and,
is too
and the
late.
question is why is it that women have to turn on live location or send their location to other friends in order to go on a date with a guy in the first place?
Because
Technically,
so many
men-
of us,
men should be doing that too.
yeah, that too. But so many of us are on our frequency is on a very remedial level. We only see with our eyes and react.
Be in the red.
Yeah. So if I'm operating on a high frequency, I don't have to be predator. Yeah. I don't have to act in a predator instinct. I could see you. You're beautiful. I don't even have to touch you, bro. I just enjoy your company and that's it. And I escort you back home and that's it. I don't have to feel like you need to give me nothing.
Yeah,
I
but
don't need
what
to.
you have to understand is that's you.
Right.
Yeah, but
That's you.
You're in a minority.
yeah, I know. I understand
You
that.
are. Listen, as a Bahamian woman, let me tell you something right now. From the second you said you operating on a higher frequency, that
on a-
separates
That's
you
vocabulary.
from 90% of the
You
Bahamian
understand
men.
frequency and
Okay.
vibration and spirituality and
Yeah.
clear
Listen,
focus
it's a
consciousness.
different story. But like he said, you're a minority. So what does somebody do? What does a woman do if she's in the majority of people who ends up with a guy who is not a good guy?
I'm gonna say this, and I tell
You call
all
for
my
help.
good best friends out there, my lady friends. I tell you all this all the time.
Call for help.
Use discernment. Don't just
Bro,
go.
this is what she is saying, dog.
No,
Put
I'm
that-
talking for the women, bro. I'm
thought
talking
you
about.
said,
Put
Think about it.
discernment to the side. You can use discernment all you like, but you can be wrong
No,
as much as you be
But
right.
yeah, think about it though. You
Right.
use discernment, right? You spoke all that positive energy and everything. Look how you dress.
I dress.
Look how you dress. Like everything in her head telling you this the nigga to avoid right now,
Yeah.
right? Meanwhile, this the nigga you supposed to be like
No, but-
vibing with.
Right.
No, but I'm saying, but to my point, right? I might be dressed like this, but your energy with your discernment would say, "Fam, don't mind what I see."
My guy, I see you before I feel you.
No, but I understand that.
Amen.
Right.
I understand that, right? But I'm saying, yo, you should be in tune to where when you see, you don't be fooled by your eyes.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
I see you before I feel you.
But that's
so
what-
I already one of my gates already up before I even get in your presence.
No, but I understand that, right? But my whole thing is, especially when it comes to, you ever go back to the saying that they say, don't judge a book by its cover.
Right.
But more so by its contents.
Right.
Now, you could probe that gentleman by certain questions, but of course they could lie. But because we have so many remedial men, I would always tell any woman to always be safe and precautionary or whatever. And that's why we need to build a culture.
But Justin, this is what I'm trying to tell you,
I
bro.
think, but-
she using a hypothetical situation.
That's what I
that
understand.
If you use discernment and you wrong, what do you do?
No, but
your answer to that
You
question
run.
can't
You
be
run
that
for
to
your
use
life.
Yeah,
discernment.
but that's what I'm saying. You
she
really
already
can't
use discernment.
No, but what I said from time is, bro, it's too late, bro.
Right.
Is she
no,
in
no,
that
no,
situation
don't just
too-
tell her she too late.
And the
Just
thing is,
like, give her an
but wait.
option.
Once you
But there's
already-
no option in that,
you're-
bro.
Exactly. There's no option for one. There's no option after that. You're too late. And for three, if something does happen, there's no kind of justice system that's going to protect this woman. So how do we combat
Hey,
all
we-
of this?
we-
How do
we
we
have-
combat the man?
we have
As in,
vigilante
we need to give him
justice.
some education. We need to teach him how to treat a woman. How do we teach the justice system how to treat women? How do we just
We
How do we
create a
teach
I
culture.
think
How
it's
to
next
treat
generation.
women?
I
Yeah.
think it's next
But
generation.
we
I think
also-
it can't just be next generational. I feel like that's an excuse for all societies to like put it on the next
It
generation.
needs to be this generation.
Right.
Like,
No, you start
Right.
now,
Right.
but the manifestation is the next generation, if you know what I mean. Like you can't, not you can't, but it's very difficult for people who 25 years and older to change their mindset unless they want to.
That
But
is
you
true.
could mold the next generation, or you could mold the younger ones to mold the next generation. That's how it follows. That's
But-
what I mean.
My thing is that how much time we have left?
We are on 22 right now.
All right. But my suggestion is that we build a culture of accountability. That all four of us men are in this room, right? Ari is in our presence, so we are accountable for her security from when she come into this space. This is a safe space for her. And
First
when-
of all, I'll drop kick if you me. So that's the first thing.
So
My
what you-
security
What
is
you
not on
can
you.
drop it?
And that's how women need to act in this generation.
My ankle.
But y'all don't
You
need
can
to have
drop
to
kick
because
my
we
ankle.
the natural protectors of you. So we will ensure your security while you're in this space and make sure you are secure when you exit. And that should be the protocol for any interaction between man and woman. You ensure her security when she comes out and when she comes back in. That's what being a gentleman is. That's why when you walk down the street, you between her and the road. That's why when she goes through the door, you open the door. You like a bodyguard. And then, if we go into
I don't
the whole
believe in
marriage thing,
chivalry,
why
bro.
She takes on your last name and all that other stuff and da-da-da-da-da. It all goes back to security. You the bodyguard. You the protection. This is your client, and you make sure that they have a safe passage from point A to point B.
Okay, agreed.
Now, my solution is that we teach women to protect themselves.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yourselves. And that's up to women. Women's actions are theirs, men's actions are theirs. Consent needs to be taught to both parties because men get raped, women get raped. There's sexual assault affiliated with both parties. But at the end of the day, men are responsible for what they do, women are responsible for what we do. And I believe that everybody should be able to protect themselves.
Well, the way I think about it is focusing on yes, all of those things are important points. Accountability and security. I think people really just need to learn to understand, like how he said, like the frequency and vibration that all comes from understanding of self, knowing what you are, understanding your own vibration, and that all comes from self. That all comes from self-love. You know what I mean? Like you gotta learn to love yourself, understand who you are as a person, understand how to attune your own frequency to understand the frequency that matches yours. And once you figure that out, then it's able to decipher from fakes and frauds and who's lying to you because you already pinging in your head at this frequency, these ohms are hitting you.
Bro,
so
you
you
gotta
this
preach,
person
bro.
is matching my ohm. I understand that. I feel safe with this person because when I'm with this person, it's pinging. And then you make that connection, but you don't have that because we're so broken. We're so broken as a people, and we don't understand these type of things. So we gotta learn to love ourselves before we can love someone else. You know what I mean? That's just me.
That's
I
how I
like
go.
that.
No, but you're so right.
Yeah.
Because you don't judge a book by its
Explain to
cover.
me why you felt like you had to put your mask back on.
No,
for
because
this.
I'm gonna give a great example. You can't judge a book by its cover.
So if you have a mask on like that, I'm supposed to let you into my house. Is what you're saying?
No,
I mean, you can't.
No,
judge a
but
book by its cover. You should definitely let him
but
into
based
your
on
house.
Right.
no, but based on what he's
See
saying.
if he shoot me
No,
first.
hold on. I'm gonna go off
And
to
then
what
go
John
from there.
said. Discern my frequency and know where I stand, how I radiate. Because the energy, I might look one way, but the energy might be different.
I can ask you one question, bro. Why you have the mask on?
And I might
If
say,
you
bro, it's
stutter
a fashion
once,
statement, bro.
Yeah, then you can be fashionable in the street.
Yeah.
You can take it off before you come in here. That's all.
But Sweezy, what's your solution? What you think would need to change?
What need to change about what now?
This way ain't even. No, what you think would need to change about women feeling safe in the Bahamas, bro?
Yeah,
Okay, let's talk about
once
worldwide.
Again, worldwide.
All right.
Honestly, I hate to admit it. I honestly do hate to admit it, but the narrative, the main narrative is, man, honestly, we just have to come off a lot more. Like, men have a really bad reputation right now. Every time a woman says, look, I fair of a man. I was in a singles group on Facebook up until recently. The group got shut down apparently. And they literally, I don't know. An online group caught COVID, right? But there was a post recently, and the post was like, women, what would you do if men were not on Earth for a week? And a lot, like the average answer for the women were, I would go out at night and feel safe.
Wow.
To just roam the streets and be comfortable and stuff like that. And honestly, they weren't saying that all men are the problem or the issue. And they weren't saying that women aren't just as conniving and devious and aggressive as men also. But they was just saying that they just don't feel comfortable around men in general. You know what I'm saying? Because there's
if I come to the party and there's too much niggas, I leave it.
There's honestly a lot of weirdos. There's a lot of dudes pent up with arguments and issues inside of them who just don't know about conflict resolution, honestly. So men definitely, and I mean, honestly, I just feel bad too. Like if I walking down the street, I feel bad. Two things I feel bad about. If I walking down the street and I say good morning to a lady and she just like put her head down and she don't even want to say nothing because either she pent up with some anger or she just feel like a man ain't right. Like she feel like a man ain't really approachable or that open it. Or I feel angry, not angry, but I feel like it's a vibe too if I walk in and I literally visually see a woman walk across to the next side of the street because she feel like even though she don't know me in that case, she just feel like, men are the aggressors, they trouble, they issues, you know what I'm saying? So I think, all in all, men need to just build a better reputation for ourselves, honestly.
With that, we're going to take a next quick commercial break. Yeah, we have one more segment to go. All right. And we can make it quick, we can wrap it up, and we can be on the next side of Erryting Kool.
Kazoo.
Hi, this is your favorite zaddy, Lord Jalen Willard from Erryting Kool. And this episode is sponsored by nobody. If you would like to sponsor an episode of Erryting Kool, feel free to email us at theoriginalpeoplenetwork@gmail.com. Or you can slide in our DMs on Instagram at The Original People Network or on Facebook, The Original People Network. Now back to your scheduled programming.
When I send it over to her, so we're back on the fourth segment. These segments going quick. So during the break, Ari made a proclamation. She said, "Men are trash." We see it plaster all over social media.
That's not even what I said.
Okay, defend yourself.
Defend yourself for my mischaracterization.
Okay, so what you said?
Listen, I am not someone.
Mischaracterization.
Listen, mischaracterization for sure, because I definitely did not say men are trash. I've never been one to hold.
She
to
said
that statement.
when women say men are trash.
When women say men are trash, we're not talking about the men who lie and cheat and leave us for other women. Or
So they ain't trash?
No, hold on.
Okay, my bad.
Let me talk, man. Listen, when we say men are trash, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the men that abuse and assault and rape other women. That's what it means when women say men are trash, because that is trash behavior, and the justice system doesn't defend women, so we take it into our own hands, and we've created the stigma where men are trash. But the problem is, women have created this kind of like exaggeration and hyperbole and a stigma surrounding that statement, men are trash. So now every woman wants to take it into their own hands. Oh, he lied. Oh, men are trash. Oh, he didn't take out the garbage when men are trash. And that's wrong. We need to find a way where we can balance men protecting women and also women protecting men. And that's equally as important.
So if I want to ask one question. So if I cheat on you, I'm not trash no more?
If you cheat on me, you made a wrong decision, and that's you, boo. Because guess what? You can't lose someone who had pure intentions for you. And I'm telling you, if I was with you in any way, I had pure intentions. So trust me. If you cheated on me, you lost me. I didn't lose you.
And that's the hook right there.
In post, repeat what she said. Like repeat it. Put it 3 times.
So and I agree with her. Because I always say cheating like that. It's like, fam, that's not an indictment on you. That's an indictment on the other person.
Exactly.
So, you know.
If you cheat on me, I don't take it as an offense. That's
Right.
your loss.
Me either. That's your lot. But because I think women use it as all the things that
A
you
blanket
excluded.
statement.
Like, men are
Yes.
trash.
Right.
If he didn't buy me that new Gucci suit or that new Birkin bag, men are trash. Oh, I
He
gotta
ain't put
spend
no
more.
gas in my car.
Men are trash. If he ain't spend $3,000 for my birthday, men are trash.
Bro.
I need a man. So it's like, it's so nuanced. And I always tell people, bro, when it comes to dating, there's no one thing or one way you can do it. Everybody's different. Oh, men want to go 50-50. Men are trash. But it's like, bro, not every woman and man feel the way that, like, you know, you can't make these broad brush statements. Everybody's different.
Everybody got their own love language.
Right.
Exactly.
Let me say one thing, right? This is why women got mad at me based on what he said.
Yeah.
Right? What was the initial question? Why women feel that men become more attached to the relationship?
you saying why?
Yeah, what was
you
the
have
question?
to do more? And yes. Response was, bro, because I didn't have to.
So the woman is saying, right, in the relationship, the man is lacking, right? And as soon as she break up with him, then he chooses to do everything that she wanted him to do in the relationship. So my response was, he didn't have to do it then, but he have to do it now to get you back. And I just was saying that's a logical response. If you telling me I have to do something and I don't do it and the things still work as they are, then I don't have to respect what you say. And I just have to do what I want to do.
Listen, I think y'all are taking this from a one-sided approach. You
Okay.
know, it goes two ways. Men will level up for the woman they really want to be with,
Right.
And,
Yeah.
and vice versa. Women will level up for the man that they want to be with.
I agree with that. That was my point. That I only have to do it when I feel like I need to do it.
Exactly. And if you see that the person you want to be with isn't reciprocating that kind of energy, then that's that.
Right.
You can't force someone to be with you. You need to move along and find somebody who's willing to put in that time and energy for
Women
you.
got mad at me for saying that.
Woman needs to grow up.
Thank you. Say it in this camera, right? This is the main
Woman.
camera.
Listen, I don't want y'all to twist this, you know. But that
No, we're not
particular
twisting
woman
you.
in that context, she needs to grow up.
Who are these women, Justin?
No face, no case.
Oh, okay.
No, but you know, I mean, like I said, I keep on saying, bro, everybody is different, bro. You can't say like what Marco said in our previous podcast wasn't wrong. It's just depending on that situation.
Women don't like the harsh truth. They want people to sell them dreams, and
Well,
I'm not
that's
a
a
dream
generalization,
seller.
isn't it? That's not fair. That's
It
not
is-
fair. to
it is
say,
not
because
fair.
No, I could say
It
the
is
same
not
thing for
fair.
men. Men don't like the harsh truth either.
I love the harsh truth.
Trust me, I've put myself in some situations where the brutal, honest truth was not what needed to be given to a particular man.
Right,
And that
because
just means that man wasn't for me.
right. Also, that man wasn't a man at that moment in time.
Ooh, now listen, that's shots fired against your own gender. That's not nothing to do with me.
It could be against my own gender because
Nothing to do with me.
I understand other men and I understand the levels that they at. So if you ain't willing to take a truth from another woman or another person, then you're not a man.
Or a woman.
Right.
If you're not willing to take the truth, then you're not willing to be in a relationship. You don't need to be in one.
Right. Agreed.
If you can't handle that, then you just can't handle the truth of a relationship.
And that's it. Shots fired at his audience. Say these audience members' names, bro, because you don't never tell me their names when they have in these comments.
because they're gonna soon come on the show.
Oh, okay, we got these conversations face to face.
No, but it's like, you know, like I say, everybody's maybe some okay. I've always had conversation with I mean, you know this person, but I ain't gonna say their name. But they feel like, you know, they with the submitting to a man and da 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 da. But it's like I had a conversation. I was like, bro, not all women like that, bro. Some want this, some want that. Not all mine with the submission thing either. Like, I don't care if you cook and clean for me. That don't move me.
That's not submission, bro.
No, but I'm saying I'm saying the overall narrative of a woman doing housework and da da da.
Right.
For me, that don't do nothing for me because for one,
that's trivial.
That's
I could
trivial.
Pay someone
One,
to do that.
two, you can't cook for me if you ain't a vegetarian. So
But bro,
I don't care if you
put all that to the side.
Oh,
I
whatever.
like that. I'm vegetarian as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Put all that to the side.
No, but it's like all them chores and I'm like, fam, we could do this together.
We talking about intrinsic value.
Yeah.
If you can't give me intrinsic value, then
Yeah, so it's like, oh,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
really
be a
know what
ride
to
or
say.
die for you and have your back. I don't
what does
care,
that
bro.
mean?
Like exactly. So it's like, bro, to certain people that means a lot, but to others that don't mean nothing.
I don't want you to be here for me when I treat you bad, because that means you don't respect yourself.
Thank you. Wow.
So, like, you know.
Sinking.
I need a woman who respects herself and love herself, so we love ourselves in unity.
Or if I say, yo,
That's
I
what
want
it's
a
about.
woman to be my business partner, like, you know, where it would be somewhat a 50-50 scenario, but it might be broken down in different ways.
It's only 50-50 because I want her to provide for herself. So when we get in a relationship, she don't expect me to do certain things.
But it's not
'cause
supposed
she
to
could,
be 50-50.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. 50-50 don't exist, right? But what I'm saying is she have her own level of income. So when she with me, it's not for a check. It's for what I can provide for intrinsically.
And at the end of the day, each person is supposed to give 100% of themselves.
Right.
And that's all that shouldn't matter, you know.
100% of yourself could equal to 25% in a relationship. Though. Who knows? At the end of the day, people. At the end of the day, it's what people want out of a relationship. And it's at the end of the day, what is your love language? You know? What do
Exactly.
you want? People
So-
different, and some people connect, and some people don't.
So-
it is what it is.
To
I
your
don't believe
point-
in monogamous relationships either.
You said you do or
he
you
said
don't?
I don't.
You don't.
But that's
I
the
don't
whole
believe in
conversation.
monogamous relationship.
But to overall point, that's why I'm saying people writing these books and don't stroke no love thing with no broad brush, bro. Like you can't do that. Like everybody is different. Everybody has different needs. Everybody has different point of views. Certain things mean less or more to different people. So that's why when I approach a woman, it's with a clean slate. I ain't even having no predetermined thoughts. I'm trying to see who you are right then and there.
Exactly. And some relationships require monogamy and some don't.
Yeah.
And I think it's important for you to be
Or some
versatile.
include an entanglement.
Agree.
Entanglement.
An entanglement sound.
At the
Yeah.
end of the day, you have to understand what you want as a person before you can step out of yourself and ask for what you want out of somebody else. You can't just be jumping into things, not understanding what you want. You
Right.
know what you want.
Because you confused at the end of the day.
You done starting off confused. You don't know what the fuck you want.
Agreed.
Like, you gotta know, I want this. This is what I want out of said relationship. This is how I am as a person. Do you match up with that?
Right.
You don't?
Can you fit?
Can you fit in it? You don't? Cool. I respect that.
Right. We go our separate ways.
You go your separate
You
way.
find the person you fit with.
And there's a major thing in the Bahamas that we just mix up. We just think that
Jam pieces together.
we could jam pieces together, but more importantly, possession is love.
You can't talk to this person. You can't talk to this person. Let me tell you something from a male perspective, and let me speculate from a female perspective. I could let you do whatever you want to do. If I insecure as a man, then I worrying about who you talking to. If I secure as a man, you could talk to the president. But I as a man, so you coming back to me however the case go. Now, from a female perspective, I feel as though it's like you want the freedom to be able to speak to other people, but you want the, how do I word this properly? You want the care and concern to know that the person you with value you enough to know that you could possibly leave them, if I explain that correctly. Like, you're not a guarantee, if that makes sense.
See, no, I I can't speak for the masses. I can't
Okay.
speak for an entire gender, but I can speak for myself. And I don't think it's that I want the freedom to speak to other people, but I want the freedom, period.
Right.
I want to know that if this situation were to arise where I want to speak to somebody else, I'm able to do so. And I would want to know that my partner is able to do the same thing. Because if that's the case, then we know that for sure we are with each other because we genuinely value each other, not because we're stuck in a situation where it's wrong for us to talk to somebody else. If you meet somebody, I want you to pursue that. And if that person is right for you, then by all means.
So
And that's how I know for sure this person is for me, because this person is still with me, even though there's no right or wrong and they can do whatever they please. And even though there's an infinite possibility of whatever they could do, they still choose me. And to me, that's what love is. You choose
Right.
me regardless of the fact that you could have anything in the world.
So, a question that will instantly pop in my head. So, when you're in a courting stage or a relationship stage, are you open to entanglements?
When you say open to entanglements, I break this down further.
She says entanglement season, bro.
Listen.
Right. So I think that's a
No, because
answer within
she say,
itself.
yo, you ain't mine.
Break this down for me further.
Okay, so you based on what you said, if you're dating someone, you don't mind that they, use look at all their options.
If that's what they choose to do, that's them.
I need
they
me
need
someone
to be
like
secure
her.
in the fact that I'm doing the same
Let's say
thing
you
as
looking
well.
at it from the wrong perspective.
Yeah, you really are,
No, but I mean, but in certain circumstances, I be like that. Like, do you or whatever, I can do me.
Exactly.
If it work, it work.
If
it
we're
don't,
not
it don't.
exclusive, then you're allowed to do you.
Yeah. No, I with that because
when
it's
we
like, bro, I'm
choose
about
to
to hold
commit-
you up, or
But the thing is, what is exclusive? If I sit down and say, yes, me and you are exclusive, that's
Right.
the same as saying we in a relationship.
Right.
yeah, but that's
You know?
basically the same thing. So if we saying we exclusive, me, are you or are in a relationship?
Yeah, but
Right.
that takes away the fact that, you know what, if you want somebody else, you need to be able to go and get that somebody
Yeah,
else.
but just break
Otherwise,
up.
like,
Well,
that's
communication.
So much work, man.
Just communication.
Yeah,
That's
that's
so
all I'm
much
saying.
work.
Yeah, break
I mean,
it
you
up
don't
and
have to take
You
communicate
gotta
is
end a
different things.
relationship.
Yeah,
to
just
pursue
because you
somebody
like
you
somebody
may
else.
be
No, but
interested
then in that situation,
Bro,
you don't have to
that's
be
painful.
exclusive. You don't have to be exclusive. Don't say it. Just be like, where we can date. I gonna do this, and you could do whatever. That's all.
Right. But like we all saying, it don't have to be a blanket statement.
Yeah.
Everyone different. And if you communicate what you want.
Everybody is different from every. Like, if you communicate to someone who wants.
That's why I say I don't
exclusivity,
believe
and
in monogamous relationships.
I just feel like this island only 21/7,
Mm.
and like I feel like that is play a part in
Yeah.
like our relationship foundation because it's
Because
like,
right.
ego come into
because
play
too
too.
much people feel like we have the same thing.
yeah, it's like beyond,
And that's the
like,
possession part of it as well.
Yeah.
Exactly, like you're trying to possess what is yours because it's like that's mine, like this is
Right.
my thing, and it's like this could have been yours a while ago, but this is mine. It's
Right.
and then nobody want like it's weird. It's limited resources, if you go with that. Type
Agreed.
Of thing. It's limited people, and not everybody want to know that person, this person that they value so much is like just out there on the streets, but and it's like I feel like.
But bro, that's what-
plays
right.
emotionally to people as well, because it's like this ain't a big place. It ain't like, and then if you break it down to like age groups and stuff, it's like it gets now.
But right, but when you go back to your word on self-love,
Yeah,
once
it's
you
like-
love yourself, then you
that's
realize
a lot of self-love. That's more than the average person in the world, Like
bro.
for us, like we really gotta be like in tune with ourselves
Of course.
to survive here.
Right.
Because it's like it's not like we live in America or we live in Europe or whatever, where it's like we have the world at our fingertips. It's, it's a limited pool. Is this person?
I mean, it ain't really a limited pool, bro.
it's a limited pool.
It's a limited
It
pool.
still goes back to self.
It's a kiddie pool out here,
No, but
bro.
see, it depends
But
on.
a gal could be your cousin, but you have to ask.
No.
her.
Let me tell you why. You got to know your family. Why I say,
Bro, it's hard to know your family. This place is on Bristol too, I don't even
Yeah,
know.
that's
This
what I'm
my
saying. I
cousin.
have to think about that. I have to sometimes think.
feel
I
me?
wonder if PG and Marco ever asked
I don't
each
know
other-
that.
No, but see,
Look alike, Y'all look related, Not see.
Now-
Could
now
be
that
possible.
it's said.
yeah, no, because both their last names is on Bristol. But then it's like you could. See, for me, I already know 3/4 of my family from Auckland, so I ain't touching
Bro,
them.
I already know a girl and a guy who had different last names had a relationship with each other and was related.
Yeah, but that's
Had a relationship with each other.
yes, but I'm not
gonna say
I'm not
details.
surprised. Some
All
people
right.
do that intentionally.
No, not intentionally. They learned afterwards.
No, but I'm saying some people do that intentionally.
Yeah, but we
bro.
call those people white.
Yeah. So no, but I would never say it's a limited pool because it's a limited pool depending on what you're looking for.
Listen,
And bear
There's
in mind,
always a
and if you're the
limited
type
pool.
of person who is go for foreigners, you're done alienated. People looking down.
No, but
you're
you
just
don't have
gonna
to go
them
for foreigners because it's like, especially for men, right? For Bahamian men, if you have a certain ilk, there's a plethora of women that you can choose from.
No, it's not.
Let me speak for me.
we live in
There's
the
a-
same Nassau.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I said it, right? And to all my lady followers that follow me, there's a plethora of y'all. I'm a good man.
Bro, it's like
I'm
10
a
of them.
hard-working man, and I know there's a lot of y'all that's industrious. Now, why I say it's a plethora.
You already say you're a vegetarian, bro. You know how much people you already alienate based on
No,
your
I
diet?
know. I cut off. But
And
I'm
your
saying,
diet extends
no, but
to
I'm
your
willing to
lifestyle.
convert them, bro, because I about to tell them about their evil ways, bro.
Evil ways.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
falling off.
No, but no, because a lot of women come to me. A lot of women come to me. I didn't think you would be interested in me. I thought you wanted a vegetarian soul man. I'm like, fam, I'm about to convert you. Because I about to.
I ain't trying to convert no woman, bro.
I can look in the camera. This camera still on?
Yeah, all the
All right.
guys on.
I'm gonna look at you in the camera. Your parents loved you to death, but I wanted to love you back to life.
Ooh.
Lies.
So
Ooh, bars.
I say that to say it ain't a limited pool because it's like, bro.
We got love back
If we
to life.
if we look at I'm a professional man. If I look at the professional women, it's a lot. Now, am I willing to deal with them with their different idiosyncrasies and things like that? No, but I know I'm of a certain ilk where I can pick, choose, and refuse. Now everybody
So you
may
just
not.
contradict yourself.
Huh?
You just contradict
No,
yourself.
I ain't contradicting myself because
Right.
I'm saying there is no limit in how much the pool I can choose from.
You mentally limited yourself because you say you got people you don't want to deal with.
No, but I'm saying, okay, he's saying the
feel
pool
me?
is small. I'm saying the pool is big, but I'm being selective.
The pool, exactly, so the pool's small.
No, bro. Okay,
If you're
if the
being
pool,
selective in a small pool, it's small. And
no,
it's extra
it
but
even
I'm saying,
smaller.
okay, hold on, but you saying the pool is small. I'm saying it's big, bro.
So what's your? You have a type?
So you
Do have a
fishing?
type?
No, but in your small pool, right? You fishing with a line. In my big pool, I fishing with a net. That's the difference. And I.
But do you
But
have a
when
type?
you fish in that net, you putting some of that fish back.
Bro, listen,
That's what I'm saying.
I don't
But that's
fish
a whole
with no net.
different fishing
I don't
thing.
fish with no line. I just fish with spear.
Hey.
No, but see, that's even okay. But even with that, right? What's
I choose.
but your selection rate? You fishing with a spear versus me fishing with a net is different, bro.
I know the one.
Bro,
I
it's
get
all
is the one I get.
semantics,
I
bro,
have
at
you
the
with
end
it.
of the
And
day.
they coming back.
All right,
Right.
okay. So let's go with the narrative. The pool's small, right?
It's semantics, bro.
All right. Do you feel okay? I feel like
That's even worse for men.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I'm
what's
saying.
the men pool for you?
Okay,
Yeah.
listen. Listen, I think it all boils down to self-love. Again, I can't speak for the masses, I can speak for me. And what I can say is no matter how big or small the pool is, I know that I don't want to share my energy and my time and my space with a whole bunch of people. So the pool is small regardless of how big it is, if that makes sense. Because I don't want a bunch of people in my space. I want the right people in my space, you know? But if I had to speak for the masses,
Right, that's what I was waiting for.
if I had to speak for the masses, listen. In Nassau, Bahamas, which is where we all live, in Nassau, I ain't gonna include Freeport now, but
you're gonna include Freeport and
I'm
all
not
the other
gonna. No,
islands.
in Nassau,
Freeport don't come.
80% of the population
Listen.
live here, bro.
there are some very decent men, good guys. But the good guys, there's like 4 groups of good guys in Nassau, and they all know each
You
other.
right there?
Okay.
4 of them in the room.
They all listen. You have 4 tries. Is what I'm saying. You have 4 tries. Okay, you get the guy from this group, the guy from that group, the guy from the next group, and the guy from the next group. If you don't make it work with those 4, you're just out of luck. Cause all of them are boys.
No, but why you? I would ask a
The
question.
same thing could be said about gals too.
No. I would ask a question. I would ask a question, and I said this in the last podcast. if you try them 4 guys, why you can't try their 4 friends too?
I mean, listen.
I didn't tell him about that, bro. You don't.
Bro,
I don't care.
work that way.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Hold
You don't listen,
on.
bro.
Hold on. If society allowed me to try 4 guys and their 4 friends without calling me a whore, I'd do it.
No, but this one thing. I said this on the last podcast. If
I ain't called a woman a whore in a long time.
See, you in one of those 4 groups. You're in one of those 4 groups I
It was
described.
pondering in the
no,
couch.
okay, so all right, I'm gonna use Ari
Call a woman a
whore.
whore.
I try to talk to you, right? And you deny me. Guess what I doing?
You talking to my friend.
Exactly. I ain't care. I ain't conscious with it.
That's fine.
All right, that's what I'm saying, like-
pause. But if we have an entanglement and we've been talking for a couple months, and then you go talk to my friend.
Okay, that's different.
See,
No.
but that's what's gonna happen though.
No, but-
I don't
unless
see
I
the
just bat
difference.
you out on the spot. But if you're a decent guy, 2 to 1, I'm not gonna do that.
No, but then this is the thing, right? If me and you have an entanglement, right?
If
I
we
understand.
entangled, we entangled.
We
bro.
entangled. That's what I'm saying. So it'll be different.
You don't
but
lose
if you
the
back me
entanglement,
out
bro.
from day one,
But if I bat you out, my friend.
Hey, all
ain't
I
gonna
saying
want
is,
to do
if it's an
That's- it
entanglement,
shouldn't be like
you
that.
can add more knots to it.
You feel what I'm saying? What? A rope. You tie more lines to that same rope.
no,
bro.
but this is my thing, right? It shouldn't be a problem if you bat me out on day one and I go to your friend. That's all.
This what the
Day
problem
1
is,
fine.
bro.
Day 2 is fine.
Right.
Day 100 is fine. But if it go past that, and we.
No, but I ain't talking about the entanglement. I talking about I try to slide up on you. You say no, and I go to the
Stop
friend.
Bro,
trying
if
to
I
slide
bat
up
you out,
on these
Bro,
my
I
friend
ain't
ain't
talking
gonna
about
want
it.
to meet up.
Why?
If you don't know their friends, it's different.
That ain't fair, bro.
That's just embarrassing. Listen, you telling me if a nigga strike out with my gal, it's like, why I don't want
So
to
technically,
No,
right?
but she
You
might
could
not
strike
like-
out with
okay.
1 gal, but you
Okay.
strike out with 5 in general.
I'm just
technically.
like,
No,
nigga
but-
seem kind of lame.
No, but this is the thing, right? She might not like me because of what I do, right? She might say, "Oh, he's this," or "Oh, he's that." She might not get me, so she be like, "No," but you might get me because you already see, "Oh, there's just semantics."
Bro, have you ever heard the expression "birds of a feather flock together"?
I understand that.
Okay, then.
Yeah,
That
but I'm
ain't
saying,
true, but though, that ain't true.
No, I'm not saying it's true in all senses.
But not, it can't be true for
In the majority.
Because it's like, again, even
that
for
much
friendship
words.
groups, it ain't that much people to be friends
But
with.
you can pick friends that like you in some degree.
Yeah, but it's like, you have to understand, like, you got people who is ride with, they squad a 3, they squad a 4, or you have people who is just be in certain groups every
Right.
like,
I just going along with her point where she say if her friends are not a guy, then the guy lame. Because she know what her friends like because they like her.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
That's tough.
it'd be like that.
Imagine you
Bro,
strike out
I
with 1
just
gal.
saying,
You strike
All
with-
5 times, one
lose the whole
time,
flock.
you get sweep.
I'm just saying, right? I don't care about girl code. I don't care about guy code.
I done tell him
Me,
stop
bro.
sliding in people DMs. He don't listen, bro.
No, but I mean, it don't work.
Listen,
See,
I'll slide in your
hopeless-
DMs if you're famous. But if you ain't
No, but okay, this is an issue.
They'll
like
put you in a
right?
group chat, bro.
No, this one, I don't care.
And your name,
I don't
your
care.
name dragged through the mud, and it's too late.
Care about stuff like that.
Right.
No, but-
Because if you my nigga, you can't be out there embarrassing
No, but-
me.
no.
And I don't care if you do things on the side, but that shit on the side needs to stay on
no,
the
but this is the thing.
side.
Right.
bro.
We go on.
I
Agreed.
can't hear about
We
that.
going before.
I don't know.
No, we going before the entanglement. Me and you in together. Da, da, da. I'm just single and I'm trying to mingle. That's it. Ain't no okay. So if we together, right? I need to not be trying to slide. I may need to be dedicating that attention to you. But if I'm single, and me and you after me sliding and I slide
Stop
in your DM,
sliding, bro.
Bro.
It's a mistake. It's a mistake.
I don't
bro.
do it frequently.
It's
I
a
I
mistake,
rarely
dog.
do it.
It's a
I mean,
mistake.
I'm flattered when people slide in my DMs. Like, trust me, I get a lot of DMs,
Yeah, and she
I
don't
can
answer 'em.
imagine.
Trust me, I get a lot of DMs. But
She
if
be
it's
posting
funny,
them thirst traps.
Thirst trap, I just-
Tell him
you
again.
thirsty
Kazoo.
over that? That has something to do with me.
Kazoo. Kazoo.
I need a refill.
I need
Kazoo.
Kazoo.
being thirsty
Yeah,
over my post.
we empty over here for real though.
Oh man. But it was great having you guys on the show. This was a very riveting conversation.
But before we leave,
Uh-huh.
don't jump in DMs, bro.
Okay, Marco telling me. So how should Lord Jalen Willett approach these women when he
You
can never
don't.
see them in person?
You don't.
Okay, so I should just let them
fate.
be.
Just let fate happen.
Right.
Don't do that.
Attract them to you.
All right.
They can come.
All right, so we gonna make everything
Wow,
cool.
so
Everything cool.
Can you explain that? Because maybe
We
they
have
didn't
time
see it,
for
but
us.
I saw that
Listen,
just
go
now.
after what you want in life. That's all I gotta say.
Okay,
Go after
cool.
what you want,
She
but do
said-
it with class and tact.
Be begging. Don't be
Right.
begging.
Guess what? I know this might be a pun, right? But shooters shoot, man.
No. I've seen some people. Bro.
He thought that was so smooth.
Shooters shoot. No, will we start off?
Bro, I've seen it. I've seen it. Specifically with somebody in this room. I've seen somebody shoot this shot multiple times. It didn't work out. It was kind of embarrassing.
Hello, else in this room. Because, all right. We finished.
Are we doing this?
We done.
No, we
Yeah, you
finished.
see? We
I
can
ain't
catch
calling
you on the
out.
next time of Everything Cool.
Because we know what we're talking about.
We can see y'all next time. We got baked ins coming up. We gone. Yeah.
Kazoo.
Kazoo.
Cause who?
Cool.
Cause me.